Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm an Atlanta area Social Security disability attorney, and today I'd like to talk to you about something a little bit unpleasant, that is denied cases or unfavorable decisions, and why did the judge deny my case. And what I want you to use this for is, if you know why judges deny cases, then while your case is pending, you can work at avoiding the problems that do result in denials. And I try to, most of the cases I get are pretty good cases, and we have a pretty good success rate. But of course, like every attorney, I do take more challenging cases sometimes, and we do have some denials. And whenever I get a denial, I really look at it very carefully to see if I can figure out what happened, why the case was denied. And so I look for patterns, because again, every judge is a little bit different, but if I start seeing the same thing, that tells me that this is a problem that we need to avoid for our cases going forward. So, and I also, when other attorneys in the area, and I know attorneys who do this work all over the country, when we talk, whether it's in person at conventions or by phone or email, one of the things we talk about is, why was a case denied? What's going on? What are things that are working with judges? What are things that are not? So here's my, I'm not going to give it an order, but here's my list of problems that I think are resulting in unfavorable decisions. The big one that we see over and over is insufficient medical records or gaps in medical treatment. Social Security judges expect you to go to the doctor, and if your medical record shows little or no treatment, or the last time you were at the doctor was 2.5 years ago, their conclusion is going to be, A, that your condition must not be all that bad because you're not going to the doctor anymore, or B, even if your condition is bad, I have nothing objective to make a decision on approving your case. Because realize, the disability judge, his decisions are being reviewed by the appeals council, the next level up. And so if he approves a case, he or she approves a case, and the medical record is sparse, and there's nothing in it for the last couple of years, the first question the appeals council is going to ask is, what was the judge thinking? And the appeals council can, on its own, reverse the favorable decision. Judges do not like to be reversed, and they don't want it on their record that they had an approval that was turned down. And Social Security is really trying to force judges. There's this perception that there's too many judges out there approving cases willy-nilly. They are making sure that judges have a good reason to approve somebody. So an absence of medical record or gaps in medical treatment are a big reason cases are denied. It's a lot easier for a judge to say, I don't know if this person's disabled or not, but there's not enough medical evidence for me to know. I'm going to assume that the gap or lack of medical evidence means the person's doing better, doesn't need to go to the doctor, therefore I'm going to conclude he or she is not disabled. So gaps in medical treatment are a problem. I realize that money is also a problem, and if you can't afford to go to the doctor, you can't afford to go, but trying to go at least once every 3 or 4 months, 3 or 4 times a year is better than nothing. And even if the doctor can't do much for you, just going 3 or 4 times a year and getting that statement that you are continuing to have problems can make a big, big difference. Second reason cases are denied, and I see this in the denials when I'm reviewing them, are that the medical record indicates that the treatment you're getting is causing a significant improvement in your condition. The doctors, a lot of times, if you think about it, doctors want us to think that their treatment is causing you to get better. So they may say in the record, Mr. Smith reports he is feeling a lot better, he's much stronger. And if you don't correct that over time, that's what the record is going to state. So you need to go, especially if you have a procedure or surgery, the last thing the doctor wants to see in the records is that I'm not feeling good. So you have to go above and beyond and out of your way to explain to the doctor, it's not personal, but the surgery was not successful in making me feel better. I'm really not feeling better. I'm still having these terrible pains, and describe them. So you need to make sure the doctor has it in the record. And even if you want to go a step further, write the doctor a letter, send them an email describing the problems and the pain you're continuing to have. That becomes part of the record. So even if the doctor doesn't note it, it's in the record. But again, anything in the record suggesting you're doing really well is going to hurt your disability claim. Third thing that's a problem would be statements in the record from the doctor that your complaints are not consistent with the medical evidence. So if you have a mild bulging disc, but you're saying, I can't walk more than 10 feet, the doctor is going to say, this is not consistent. This looks like you're exaggerating or malingering. And if judges get a hint of that you are overstating the problems you've got, and that the doctor is even thinking that you're overstating it, that is going to be a big problem. And again, the solution to that would be when you talk to your doctor, if you're feeling better, say I'm feeling a little bit better, but these things are still hurting. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing type of thing. Some people feel like when they go to the doctor, they've got to say everything is just terrible, it hurts terribly, but realize the doctor is going to look for objective evidence in the form of an MRI or a CT or an X-ray, and if it shows things are getting better, or if you say you're getting a little bit better one day, and then you come back and you say, I can't move at all, the doctor is going to note the inconsistency. That will hurt your file. I think statements in the record where you're telling your doctor that you've regained the capacity to do activities of daily living, driving, cleaning, shopping, cooking, things like that. So if you have regained those things but need special considerations, you need to sit down when you cook, or you only go shopping on off hours when people aren't going to be there, or use the cart there, make sure that if the doctor says you're able to go shopping, yes, but I've got to use the cart when I go shopping, or I've got to lean on a cart, and I can't do this without some extra support. I always go at 11 o'clock at night when people are not there because I can't stand in line more than 5 minutes. Whatever the case may be, you just got to fill in some details. Are you cooking again? Yes, but I have to sit down when I do that. So if the doctor asks you about your activities of daily living and you need special help with those things, make sure that you let the doctor know about that so that it gets into your medical record. So those are some examples of situations where a judge is going to conclude that you are not disabled because you have regained capacity, and those things are equivalent to entry-level type of work. And our job, trying to prove that you're disabled, is to show that you don't have the capacity for entry-level type of work. But the medical record needs to show that. Sometimes it's going to be walking a very fine line because you don't want the doctor to think you're not grateful or that you're not getting any bit better. But again, if you are having ongoing problems, you want to make sure that the doctor knows about that so his records accurately reflect what's going on. And to that end, I would tell you, get copies of the records. And you will see a lot of times the medical record describes your complaints. It's cut and paste. So if things are changing, you got to let the doctor know, but you need to know what he's writing in those records so you can tell him, no, I saw in your record from last time that I'm feeling better. Some things are better, but a lot of things are not, and here's what's not better. Please make note of that in my medical record. So again, you've got to be your own advocate. You've got to help your doctor accurately document what's going on. If you do that, I think it can make a very big difference, and you can avoid some of these problems that result in unfavorable decisions. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Any questions, leave me a comment. Happy to respond to that. Visit my website at ssdanswers.com/Atlanta. You can get a copy of my Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit. It's delivered by email. A lot of great information there. And if you like me to take a look at your case and you're not already represented, I can't help you if you're already represented, but if you're not, you'd like me to review your case, please fill out the form on the ssdanswers.com website, and I'll be happy to respond to you. So for now, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the survival kit essential reading. Download your survival kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.